Hi guys, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. As per usual recently, this is about the third attempt at this video, but actually this attempt has benefits. Right, we're at Dalton Gateway in my Sidewinder, and what I thought I'd do is show you what I've been doing. Now, I did most of this in my Eagle initially, but anyone starting the game today won't have the Eagle, so they'll have this thing, the Sidewinder. So what I'm going to do is do a bit of bounty hunting, because it's a very quick and easy way, I haven't had any problems with it, to earn a bit of quick cash to get your first ship, this kind of thing, upgrade this ship. So this is completely stopped. As I say, I just flew straight over and got my Eagle. So I've played one quick game in this, just proof of concept. But other than that, this is basically a stock. This is a stock. Well, it is a stock because I haven't changed anything to it. So what we're going to do is find some wanted people, shoot them, and make some money. So, there we go. Right, bring up me thing. Let's head over to... Oh, Yapping Enterprise will do. Wait for it to not become mass locked. And what we're actually looking for is... see that inhibited by disruptive factor? That's because of all the ships around the station. It's quite early in the day, but apparently there's a lot of ships. So there we go, charging up. And away we go. Okay, so hit one initially just to... Oh look, nothing up. Right. Now, I use the scanner. I really don't know whether the scanner actually does anything, but... Oh, one new contact. Ah, there we go. See that unidentified signal source? That's what we want. Throttle back, because they can be quite close when you just pick them up like that. Case in point. Straight in on an unidentified signal source. It's as simple as that. I targeted it as you saw on the left. Contact up. Throttle up. Scanning. Mostly harmless. And it's wanted. And he's scanning me as well, the cheeky bugger. In fact, I've got two. I think, two of them. Both wanted. Cannon online. He's flying an Eagle. Now, as I... Oh god. I lost the first target. Go to the second target. You'll notice I've automatically throttled back. Wow. Come back here, little pain. Here we go. I'll throttle back to give myself more manoeuvrability, and he's tried to circle me, which is why I've not had this before. It's quite. There we go. There we go. You think you can get away from me, do you? So, you can, because I'm using very cheap pulse lasers, you can see they're not exactly brilliant. But we've taken him down to 43% hull already, and he's not charging his shields yet. The Eagle is actually quite a nice little ship. I quite like mine. we go.
Target destroyed.
Ah, he didn't go. There's that Sidewinder from earlier. Right, we'll go and get him now. So that's 2k bounty you saw pop up. You don't get the cash straight away, you have to claim it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Ouch. What was he doing just stopping in front of me? Little person. We'll have to deal with him about that, won't we? Now that might be another player that's shooting, I'm not sure at the moment. Oh shit. I swear he's deliberately trying to ram me. This is a War Thunder. See, I'm not the world's best shooter, but I'm still doing damage. It's down 20%. Down to 17, 16, 14. Ooh, no, you don't. %. 2%. 1%. Come on. No. Yes, we got the kill. Now I'm interested to know what that other ship was, so let's skip round. Those seems to be staying behind me. There we go. Oh no, another player. Oh no, sorry, another NPC. You can see there's no commander and he's wanted. So, we'll have a bit of him as well. Quite why two NPCs were fighting each other, I'm not too sure, but I'm not complaining.
Target shields offline.
Now this is, I have gone away from my, at one point I did go away from my initial area, but I'm back in my initial area now.
Friendship charge detected. Target shields online.
Oh, you cheeky little. It's got.
Target shields offline.
It's going to make it away. And that. So sometimes you do lose targets, as you just saw there. Now we've got some white things. The one white thing is definitely going to be a frame ship charge, but actually we've got more ships in the area. There's some liquor. Okay. I'm not going to bother with this in this sector because there's no stations where... Actually. Yeah, go on. I'll show you. Actually, I don't know if there's any stations in the black market, so I will leave it. But those canisters I could pick up, and they were obviously dropped by one of the ships in order to try and speed themselves up and escape. So if we go back to Dalton Gateway.
Cannot comply.
Yeah, I cannot comply because I haven't got me. I've still got my weapons out. But I'm still locked on, so.
Friendship drive charging.
So there we go. I've just literally got out of Dalton. We're 10 minutes into the mission. I've killed 2. One unfortunately escaped. And we're not particularly far away from Dalton. I mean, it literally was as we were leaving Dalton that we actually... Sorry, is that another one? Oh! I lost some of that. So another unidentified signal source as we're flying back. We've got a lot of targets up. What have we got here? Sorry, that was my alarm. It was early in the morning, so he's clean. That's Federation. Ah, it's a funeral. You do get these big, massive transports carrying a funeral. So we'll
Frameshift drive charging.
carry on with our journey. The mass of the ships is slowing my frameshift down a bit, but it doesn't really matter. Could actually get there in 21 days. 21 hours, sorry. Might be right. This frame's just charging at the moment. It'll take that long just to charge the darn thing. It'll speed up shortly. So I'll leave that funeral convoy behind. There we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So that's how easy it is to pick up a couple of targets. Now, there's one difference between the two, is that the first time that I've already got my throttle off. The first time, obviously, I found the signal source using the scanner on the left. The second time, I just spotted the signal source. And when I spotted it, I just selected it. I've got my what might be a missile launch button, the sort of under my thumb to target.
Docking request granted.
To target what's under my reticle, or right in the middle of the target what's under my reticle, and then that's all I did, was just targeted it, throttle right back, because I knew that it would be I was going at speed and it was close, and as soon as it dropped out, it just dropped out. So you saw the two different ways you can, as it were, approach a signal source. 12 minutes into the video, which gives you an idea, when we land, we'll see how much cash we've got just from that quick 50 quarter an hour foray. Now, you remember I didn't pick up that stuff. The reason I didn't pick it up is that A, you need a black market, and B, this is a big space station. By the time, I'm not running silent, so as soon as that scan would have picked up my liquor on board, it might cost me credits, so it just wasn't worth it. So there we go. There's a big transporter coming in at a similar crazy angle to me. I just have to be a little bit careful of him. I'm going to be able to slide in beside him. I thought so. There we go. Landing pad 13. There we go. I kind of expected it to be right underneath me. Oops. Good job you can't damage your ship hitting stuff, isn't it? I wonder where the indicator. Oh god, that was a horrible landing. But I was trying to be too subtle, and I managed to hit the ground too early and hit the blast ramp on the way in. Oh well, we're in. Right, enter Starport Services. So, got a bit of damage, which might have been from nudging that thing on the way in, I don't know. And we've got some refueling to do, so we'll do that. And then go to contacts, local security office, redeem bounty, 4.3, confirm, back. Now, because they pull to change the the weapon load on your ship, you click on you saw where I went back. Right. Okay. You saw me how I got into here, I hope. You can, all you do is you just buy off here. So if I click on burst laser, I can buy it. Now I've got 38,000 credits, and upgrading your guns is a good choice, obviously. Better guns. We've got various options here. Burst lasers, multi-cannons, torpedoes, cannon, which I assume is more of a single, slower rate of fire. Rate of fire 0.5 per second. Multi-cannon is 8 per second. So if you're coming here from World of Tanks, think the difference between a main gun on a tank and a autocannon. That's sort of an autocannon. That's standard cannon. Mine launcher. Defensive weapons deploys proximity to triggered charges. Pulse lasers, missile racks, or a fragment cannon. It's like shotgun based on multi-shot projectile weapon on a fixed mount. You get two different kinds of mounts. You get fixed, which just fire straight ahead and you have to do all your targeting yourself. But certainly if you're new and if you're struggling, get these. Now it'll take you. I made 4,000 credits, so a couple of bounties like you've just seen me do, half an hour of fighting, and you can afford one of these. Hour of fighting you can afford two. And what we'll do is I won't get one of these because I'm not really going to equip this that way. I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't just get rid of my Sidewinder, but what you've got is gimbaled. And what gimbaled is, got the G there, the weapon mode here, gimbaled. What that means is that it tracks the target to a degree. So as long as you keep pointing more or less at the target, it'll track it, and it makes life so much easier. I do like gimbaled guns. Even for me, it's just easier. At range, I think you're going to lose a little bit. It's not quite like the auto aim on World of Tanks in that I think there is some leading built into it, but at range you still obviously take a little bit of risk, and of course lasers are pretty much instant anyway. But if you get gimbaled, it just makes life easier. The other thing on the low end ships is that I would go for multi-cannon, multi-cannon as much as possible. Now these are fixed. It depends on the hardpoint size and the space station, as far as I can tell, as to whether you can get gimbaled. We've also got guns here I can't afford: beam lasers, missile rack, bigger missile racks, railgun, which is sort of cross. It's I think it sends out a high energy sort of plasma charge, or a bigger cannon, so you get quite a range. I've also got two utility mounts on the Sidewinder, and I can mount things like kill warrant scanner. What kill warrant scanner allows you to do is actually see where bounties might be in more than one place. ECM, point defense, allows you to defend against missiles. Heatsink launcher if you want to do a lot of silent running. So I could have a heatsink launcher and I'd be able to silent run into the station and I wouldn't get scanned. Or I can just go on one of the little outposts and they're a lot easier to land on, and they don't tend to have self-defense in the same way. And then internal, you've got, again, it's all loaned because that's what you get on the starter ship. What loaned means, normally if you buy an equip, the price includes the price given, or the amount that you pay includes buying back or selling back what's currently equipped, and I think you even sell it at full cost. I don't think it's actually a loss of cost. But because we've loaned it all, you're just giving it back to the person that you have to buy everything at full cost. Or you can just save up and get yourself a new ship. If you go to the shipyard, there's your Sidewinder. So if you click purchase, I can buy a new ship and sell it. So cost a new ship 32,000 credits. Part exchange an old ship 0 credits, which is all loaned, 32,000 credits. So that would be a ship with nothing loaned. So you get all proper equipment, as it were. Or I could go buy a new ship and store your current ship, which would get me an extra ship. If I go back to the stored ships, I can click on options on there, retrieve your old ship and store your current ship. And then go to Starport Services shipyard, and for example, Zorgan Pieces or Hauler, if I click on purchase here, you'll see that it's the cost of the new ship is 52,000 credits. The old ship, my current ship, is worth 72,000 credits. So I could actually buy the Zorgan Peterson Hauler if I really wanted to, and I'd actually be 19,000 credits to the good. Or I can buy the ship for 2,000 credits, which I don't have. So let's just have a look to see. Aspie 6 million. Dropship is 37 million. You can't get all ships at all bases. So I've got this one's mainly got transport options. It's all it's core dynamics. I was wondering if it's all Lacon stuff. So I'm not going to buy a ship, but that's how you go about it. And you can actually, as I say, not necessarily come out with a loss. Anyway, I hope that little foray into bounty hunting was useful. The very last thing I'll just quickly show you is also about the gimbaled guns. You can see on my Eagle I've got 2 multi-cannons on gimbaled mounts and a burst laser on gimbal mount. I've got a single burst laser mounted on the bottom. So whether you get mounted top or bottom, I'm not really sure which is the better mount, but the burst laser, so if I run out of cannon ammo, I've still got something, although the cannon ammo actually lasts a very long time, so I might swap that out for multi-cannon anyway, just to and the reason I've got multi-cannons is that although there's an ammo cost in combat, it does have a magazine, a clip. The clip lasts quite a time, and the reload's quicker than cooldown on lasers, and I just find it easier to manage on this ship. Now, if I went outfitting internal and look at the power plant, I can actually upgrade the power plant, I think. What have I currently got? Yeah, I've currently got a 6.4 power capacity. I could drop a 8 capacity in, or if I get a bit more credit, or a lot more credits, I could drop a 9.6 in. And that just means that everything works better because it's got more power to actually power all your systems, and thus everything's running, recharged and all that kind of thing. And if you look on the side here, as I stand at the moment, when I'm deployed, in other words, when I've got my guns out and this kind of thing, I'm drawing 6.64 megawatts, and I'm available is only 6.4. So I'm slightly underpowered, but that's because of the cargo scanner and the burst laser. If I've got 3 burst lasers on, they'd be massively underpowered. Cargo capacity I've upgraded to 4 tons. Fuel capacity is at 4 tons, which is another thing worth having a look at. I'm not sure if I can. No, I've got the maximum capacity that I can get on the ship. My mass is quite light as well, as it stands at the moment, and its jump range. Its minimum jump range is 7.9 light years, which is a bit on the low side, but it works okay. I'm really having an issue with that. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I can upgrade the frame shift drive, which gives me that can give me a jump range up to 9.6 if I want, or I can go all the way up to the most expensive, which gives me a 17 light year jump. And you can see on the here it gives you an idea of whether you're increasing or decreasing your power draw in different situations, and your weight and all this kind of thing. I'm not really worried. I haven't really found my current jump range limited at the moment, although that will almost certainly change. Other things you can get, I've got basic discovery scanner on here. You could drop all these kind of things on here, including there's your docking computer if you really are struggling. Refinery for mining, which I'll do at some point, just if nothing else, just to demonstrate it. Frame shift drive interdictors. That's a lighter weight one, so it makes the ship a bit quicker, out of those 2. Fuel scoop is very useful. I have run out of fuel and had to destroy my ship once. Fortunately, insurance paid out and I got a new one, despite my stupidity. And they're cheap. You can see how cheap they are. It's a case of what do you want to do as to whether you drop the basic discovery scanner out, or whether you leave it in, or you could if you're not going to carry any cargo, you can drop the cargo out. Obviously want the shield generator, the fuel, all this stuff is compulsory. I'm fixed on my internal bulkheads, but that's basically the kind of things you can change. Anyway, hope you found this video useful. I will probably do some more other ways of making money, have a look at them, and show you what I've done, and hopefully you'll find it all useful. Anyway, speak to you soon. Ta-ra.